How's it going, everybody? This is Golden Bolt, and welcome back for more Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. In the last episode, we recruited Yuxi from the Lake of Enlightenment, and in this episode, we're going to finish off the Lake Trio by arriving here at the Air Continent to go after my favorite of all three of them, Azelf. So without waiting too much longer, we're going to bring our good friend Genesect with us. Of course, why wouldn't we? And I'm going to introduce speed-up technology into this episode as well, because 28 floors to the Spring of Resolve, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, Gibbs, Barnaby, and Genesect, let's go. Alrighty, everybody, Spring of Resolve. There are just a lot of freaking Pokemon in this dungeon, like I said before. They just really like to throw them at you. And also, if I could make a suggestion for you, if you happen to be doing this, and maybe you're dying a little bit less because you're getting into higher levels of the game, which I noticed I'm doing. I'm not dying 20 times a dungeon anymore. I'm, maybe once or twice, or maybe 3 times on a bad day. I don't actually know how many times we died on this one. But, I would suggest... What? Okay. I was like, I forgot that pin missile... This is post-commentary, and I got upset with that pin missile thing. But I would suggest that you go ahead and stock up on elixirs. I actually made that mistake this time because I didn't stock up on elixirs, and you saw me kind of biting the bullet for it. I was having to switch out our team leader a lot. I was actually kind of hoping at some points that we would actually be defeated, and I'd have to use a Reviver Seed. One time I actually used a tiny Reviver Seed, and it was like, well, that defeated the whole purpose of everything I was trying to get myself killed for. Also, may I point out, oh, there's actually some water in this one, but this, as you know, the springs are at the end, and somehow we're going, oh, I guess we're going down into the forest, wherever Azelf lives. But, yeah, it'll be nice to have the next of the Lake Trio, and as I said last time, I've had a lot of requests for the Grovyle and Celebi mission, though I don't think it's very long. I think it's only a 5-floor dungeon or something like that. Now, I don't know how hard that dungeon is, but upon skimming it the one time, that's what I saw, but of course I'm probably going to be doing that next because I know a lot of people are asking for it, and I was even thinking, if possible, for a little treat for everybody was to make Gobo go, if that was even possible. I think I have a Sceptile for Nigel. I just don't know if I have a Luxray though, but maybe I can evolve a Luxio or a Shinx if I have one. Because I think that'd be pretty sweet to have the return of Gobo and Nigel, a little Gobo and Nigel. Oh yeah, my battery power ran low. I forgot that actually happened, and I actually had to make a cut because my battery started to flash. But I was like, when I got in here, I was like, oh, it'll be fine. I can make it through the whole dungeon. Don't worry about it. But apparently that's not the case. Note to self, or just anyone playing, don't ever try and do a 28-floor dungeon on low battery power. Your system will die and you will have to start it over. But whatever, we're making it through, despite how freaking hard it is to find the stairs in this, on this thing. Well, I noticed a lot of the dungeons later on are just kind of entirely hallways, and yay, all the Pokemon from a summon trap. Can you imagine with me for a moment, just how much hell we would be in if they introduced Monster House traps? This is almost that, but like, what if you walked in a room? Well, I guess that's kind of what a Monster House is, though, isn't it? It's kind of a huge trap, because you walk into a room unsuspecting and then they come down, so I guess that's counterintuitive to what I'm trying to say. Because Monster Houses are technically the worst kinds of traps. And this is, I think, an example of me trying to... I think Gibbs gets poisoned a good amount in here. I was gonna say, I think this is an example of me trying to die so that I don't have to worry about being poisoned any longer. But I don't think that's the case. It might not be this time, but... Look at them all hiding away. Clefairy, of course, figured it out. I was like, oh, I'll let them pass, but Clefairy's like, nope, I'm gonna get you, which is great. Thank you, Clefairy. I didn't need that in my life, but whatever. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's a lot echoier in the room that I'm recording in for the summer. It's a lot more echoey than I'm used to. I usually have more acoustic, not like treated rooms, but I normally am able to choose different rooms based on how much better they suit the acoustics of my voice and things like that. But couldn't do that this time. I'm kind of limited to one room, which will probably be the case for a while, but hopefully I can start acoustically treating rooms. I know it's expensive, but I want to be able to do that for you guys. And also, worry not, I've been planning the 5,000 subscriber special. While it is going to be a surprise up until I announce it for sure, I don't want to give you guys any hints because it's going to be awesome. It will happen. Hopefully, we're rising up there though, pretty quickly, which is it's like go team, but we'll see. It should be, once I finish planning everything out and I've got like a hot second to go ahead and not only announce but prepare what it is, then you can start getting excited for it, because it'll be good. It'll be a lot of fun. But I was also gonna say, I almost also openly called you guys the Thundercloud. Not that I haven't before, but it's a name that was suggested to me. I think in like it was a while ago now that I think about it. I think it was like end of 2015 maybe, as like the name of like the subscribers, and I kind of like it. I think it's pretty catchy. I tend to put it in my little outro messages to you guys when I finish up an LP, but I tend to like thank the Thunder. Look at this. Gardevoir looks really cool in this game also. Also, I confused everybody by shooting pins at them, and did you just try and use Fairy Wind on a log? God dang, Swirlix, you're just too obsessed with eating. Oh wow, I didn't pay attention when we were recording, when I was actually recording this. Genesect's animation when he levels up, he just kind of jumps in the air and he's like, it's like, oh, all right, man, you do you. Yeah, I think this is actually when I decided to play as Genesect, because I don't play as Genesect too often. And as you can see, this is another moment where we are woefully out of moves, and also all those misses. Oh, here comes one of my favorite video game tracks of all time in the background. This is from a little-known game. Actually, it's pretty well-known, but it's probably one of the least known in the series. It comes from Harvest Moon Save the Homeland, which is a PS2 game. I played it on my channel briefly. I think there are 2 episodes or something like that. It won't be revisited or anything like that, so don't get your hopes up. But yeah, it's got really solid music and really calming music, and probably my favorite in the series. It's pretty good, man. I like a good Harvest Moon, and as I've been tweeting about, and I've had some responses from you guys, I've been playing. I think maybe I mentioned this last time, or maybe I was about to purchase the game last time. But I actually did go ahead and buy Stardew Valley, and I'm having a heck of a time with that game, man. It's so fun, and maybe I'll incorporate that into a live stream at some point, because that's definitely a live stream worthy game. It's super casual, there's no rush about it. I was kind of missing the feeling of playing Animal Crossing for the first time lately, because I actually went and got another Animal Crossing game so I could have a new town. Like, I just love that part. I don't know why, but I actually went and got another Animal Crossing game so that I could restart a town. While it's fun, and I've like been checking on it periodically, probably not as often as I should though, because a lot of my villagers probably left. But Animal Crossing, you can't really capture that same feeling you had when you. Excuse me, I'm just like super burpy. I just had like 6 M&Ms, and I'm really burpy because of it. If that even is a thing, but yeah, you can't really capture that feeling when you come back to it. I don't know, when you start a new town over, I just feel like that doesn't happen as easily. But Stardew Valley, man, it's so fun and relaxing, and I'm trying to get the freaking dog, and I don't know, I'm obviously not very far in it. But I want to be able to get the dog because he lives in a box, and I want to get him out, and I think that would be now that I'm talking about this more out loud, I think this would be a heck of a fun game to live stream at some point. Because hopefully I can start doing that more on the weekends and things like that. In fact, I think I probably will start soon. This weekend I'm going to be a little busy with my own real life stuff, so I can't say anything like that. But maybe I'll do a live stream, maybe like over 4th of July weekend or something like that if I'm around for it. Perhaps the next weekend even. I don't really know, but you know, in video update as it goes. Speaking of which, I probably need to make a video talking about the next LP, because that's coming right around the corner, ladies and gents. I know a lot of people have also been requesting me go get Reshiram and Zekrom, and while I would love to, because Reshiram is probably my 2nd favorite legendary Pokemon, second only to Suicune, who is my favorite. When I think of him, Reshiram I think is probably my 2nd favorite. I really like him. For whatever reason, too. I think that Zekrom's a more interesting designed Pokemon, but there's something about Reshiram is when I see him, I'm like, ooh, he just looks so cool. Maybe it's because he's like, because he's so fiery and so like, it's like to see a dragon like that, it's like, oh yeah, like, he's so with like fire types that it's like white hot, and it's like, oh yeah, he's definitely one of the cooler ones, cooler Pokemon. I think actually at this moment I forgot to cut out because I was getting my charger for that, but you know, it's a few seconds and it sped up. I think that was me plugging it in. There's nothing on the screen to actually show to see if I'm charging it up, but I think that's actually what it was. Oh well, that's the thing about post-commentating, is that you're even less subjective to, or not subjective is not the right word, but less willing to or able to make cuts like that, because you're just kind of like, you're kind of going and you can't like decide to make a cut or anything like that. you know, it's a fun thing about LPs. Here you can see Gibbs using struggle because I was like, yeah, Gibbs struggle sounds awful, but I was like, struggle until you die, because then he would have reset his PP and been able to use freaking moves again, but he wasn't, tragically. I don't know. We got through this dungeon though, worry not guys, spoiler alert, despite what, even though you're probably heavily spoiled by the thumbnail, we will make it all the way to Azelf. And man, these PP not PP leeches, that sounds awful, but these PP leech traps are actually freaking a mess in this dungeon. They're all over the place. Also, love the fact that you can just decide to push Pokemon. Like that Petalil, it was like, yeah, I had to put... Freaking Genesect is missing. Everyone's starting to miss again. I guess I need to go into dungeons with a ton of Carbos to raise our speed. And you just see, I was like, and this is where I used Tiny Reviver Seed, and I was like, oh my god. I went ahead and it was like, oh, I'll use Struggle and kill myself. And then I'll have all my moves back. But I was like, hey, and then I hit Tiny Reviver Seed. And I was like, opposite of what I'm trying to do. But whatever. It's fine. We made it through. It's okay. Oh, yeah, I was like, Gibbs. Oh, but we actually found one of these. And Barnaby is like my main source of attacking. And man, the more that I'm thinking about hopefully trying to find a way to get Gobo and Nigel back on screen for the Celebi and Grovyle mission would actually be really cool. It'd be a nice little homage to that LP, because that was a big LP, man. Not that this one isn't. We're almost at 90 episodes with this one. I don't know if this one will extend past that. Now that I'm thinking about all the legendaries that we have left, there aren't really that, unless I'm missing somebody. I know we're missing Xerneas, Yveltal. I think you can get Zygarde in this game. I think you can. You should be able to. So we're missing the X and Y legendaries. We're missing Reshiram and Zekrom. And I think that's it, unless I got Meloetta in a random, like, she was recruited in the middle of something while I was recruiting someone else, like someone else was connected to Meloetta, so we got Meloetta. I got Keldeo, I got Cobalion and Terrakion, I got Virizion from a mission with, I think, Keldeo, like I was saying. So I think I have every legendary, unless there's something I'm missing, but I don't think that there is, because I even have, like, Mewtwo, and he's definitely one of the harder ones to get because of how ridiculous that boss fight was. Like, man, well, that was a nice, solid episode. Like, that was a nice, solid episode. I have to say, that fight with Mewtwo. I think we even have Heatran, man. I think we have all of them. I'm trying to think of all of them. I have the legendary birds. I have Mewtwo. I'm just kind of going in. I have the legendary beasts. I have Ho-Oh and Lugia. I have the Reggies, I have Regigigas. Oh, I don't have the Latios. That's who I'm forgetting. Latios and Latios. I don't know when I get them, though, so maybe soon. I also don't have Groudon or Kyogre, so I'm missing a lot of the Hoenn Pokemon. But I don't know how they work either. I don't know how the Latios or Kyogre and Groudon work, but this is the last of the Lake Trio. We have Cresselia and Heatran and Regigigas and Darkrai. And then Gen 5, we're looking at the... Oh, I also don't have the Forces of Nature trio. I don't know how you get them either. Thundurus, Landorus, and Tornadus. But I will end up getting them as well. So hopefully. And then, of course, Arceus. But I hear that Arceus is really hard to get. And I also don't know if, like, black or white Kyurem show up. Maybe? I'm really unsure of that. That could be the case. Let me know in the comment section below. That would be cool, though. If one of them did, or both of them did. That would be nuts, though, because Kyurem was... I think Kyurem's fight was pretty... I don't remember it being super difficult, but maybe it will be with Kyurem Black or Kyurem White. I always forget that that's a thing, because Black 2 and White 2 were always Pokemon games that I never... Not that I didn't really care for, but games that I never really got super into. Because I liked... While I did apparently like Pokemon Black a lot more than I thought I did... Because I go back to my DS's, like, played time, and Pokemon Black's, like, the 5th highest played game, and I'm like, wow. For somebody who played Wild World a lot, for somebody who played Platinum all the time, and Black's, like, my 5th highest, I'm like, alright. And Explorers of Sky is, like, number 2, I think, or something. But, like, yeah, I was like, that's nuts to see Pokemon Black. But apparently I liked that game when it first came out a lot, but I never really got into Black 2, White 2. But that is, of course, something I could do on the channel. It's like another Nuzlocke thing, which we'll be coming back to. Don't you worry your little heads about it. We'll come back to White Nuzlocke. Though I don't know really. I don't remember how. I think we're at the 6th badge already or something in that. That's a short game, but I guess the episodes are a little longer for that one. So that kind of evens out. But as you can see, so many freaking Pokemon everywhere, but I've just kind of come to the point where, like, I just kind of sit in the chair, I kind of I just, like, lean it back, lean up against something comfy, get a snack, get a nice beverage, and I play through Yuxi and Azelf's dungeon because, dude, these ones are freaking, they're so, and you turn around and it's just like, oh, look, a Sylveon, oh, look, a Poliwrath, oh, look, everyone, oh, look, but I don't know, that's just how the Lake Trio has been lately, but we're getting all of them, and now I'm starting to wonder about the Hoenn Pokemon though. I don't have the Laddies, and I don't have Kyogre or Groudon. I wonder how either of them. I was gonna say I don't think I have Groudon. Oh yeah, and this is one of those things where I was like, where the F do I go? And yay, as sad as it is, Gibbs died, which means access to all of our moves back. Look at this Bayleaf running. I chased him for a while and accidentally switched because I was meaning to do a pin missile at him, but I accidentally switched back and gave him a turn to go forward, and I was like, whoops. But we'll go ahead and take that. Oh yeah, Type Bulldozer proves to be awesome. It's really good for Barnaby because of how strong his moves are and how much he likes to make his moves more powerful because I gave him Calm Mind. Like, look, Type Bulldozer hit a ghost Pokemon for 118 damage. I think that's what that said, which is insane. And this is my favorite, is just like, that sound that the game makes when like Pokemon raise their stats up, after it's happened for probably the 95th time in a row, you're like, alright, that sound effect, it's awful. I don't know. Look at that, 194 on a poison type. That's solid, Barnes. Solid work. I like Drain Punching though. It's a good move to have on Gibbs, and I probably use Drain Punch and Pin Missile more than I do Seed Bomb because it's nice to have those ranged moves in a dungeon like this, or just kind of in any dungeon. Having ranged moves is really helpful. Oh yeah, I think this is when I started implementing the Guidey Wands. And check out what happens when I use them. They're all like right there. All of them are right there, but I can't say that I would have gone up. I don't know if I would have. That's the thing about using Guiding Wands, because you're like, wow, it's right there. But probably in a lot of cases, the stairs are really close to the room I started, and I just choose a different way. I don't know if that's how it is every time, but it could easily be the case, and I just don't really think much about it. But, I don't know, that's kind of how but that one's pretty far. That one is pretty freaking far, so we would have been on floor 24 for a long time. Like, that Sylveon was like, nope. What's up, Pansage? Simisage, I mean. And, I gotta say, it's cool to see Ivysaur in this dungeon, too. I'm glad he's not a Venusaur hanging out with a Meganium, because let's not forget how hellish that was. I don't even remember what dungeon that was. What dungeon was that? I don't know. It was a dungeon that I wasn't expecting there to be Grass-type Pokemon. I remember that. And I was like, why is there a Venusaur always in this room with Meganium? Always in the same room as Meganium. Well, that's just how it was, man. That's the road we've gone through. That's the life we've lived on this super mystery dungeon adventure together. And it's pretty awesome that I'm starting to get like tweets and things from you guys saying that you 100% completed the game, which is unbelievable. You got all 720 Pokemon. I have like almost 60 hours logged from this LP, and I only have 411. It's like, man, you gotta, like, I think that's awesome that you guys are like 100%ing the game. It comes down to, like, I would love to 100% the game. I just gotta find the time to play it in my free time so we can get more recruits off screen. But we're so close to getting to Azelf. We're so close. The stairs are right there, but Barnaby's got to kill one more Simisage, but we made it. We finally did it, everybody. The Spring of Resolve. It seems somebody is on this floor. Time to get our reward. The last of the ooh, and look at how cool that looks around him. Wow, Azelf's whole area out here looks really sweet. I gotta say that. And I feel like we're always super hungry when I'm about to meet one of the Lake Trio. But we met Azelf, my favorite of the 3 Lakes Trio. And there we go. What do you have to say? You come a long way. My name is Azelf. They call me the Being of Willpower. I respect your will and your determination. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet me, too. I'm just kidding. Nice to meet you, too, Azelf. Nice to meet you, too. It's another legendary Pokemon in the books. I think is that every Gen 4 legendary now? It might be. I'm not surprised. There's a lot. Well, I should be surprised. There's a good amount of legendaries from Gen 4. But yeah, there we go. I think Gen 3's got a lot. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, we escaped from the dungeon, and I wonder if we unlocked anything else. Looks like we did, and it's a crown. The rough tunnel. What? That doesn't sound that intimidating at all. That just sounds like a tunnel with rock-type Pokemon or ground-type Pokemon in it. Which is a cinch, because I am a grass-type. Oh, we unlocked something else. Another crown. Where's this? Stone Tree. That sounds cool. Now, I don't know what would be... Now, looking at Stone Tree Mountain, you're probably like, oh, probably rock and grass-type Pokemon. But you go Stone Tree Mountain, and it's full of poison and water. That's how this freaking game is. Like, you'd go in, and it's just like, hey, what's up? We're all ice-type Pokemon. Like, literally, you're the Tree Mountain. That doesn't make any sense, but that's how this game is. We have, I believe, 412 recruits now, if I'm counting that up right. And we're headed back to Lively Town. I wish other people around here could evolve, because it'd be pretty funny to be standing next to Floatzel. But we would like to save, and I'm going to head back to the main menu, because it's a job well done. We got ourselves Azelf. We got ourselves all of the Lake Trio. We got ourselves the whole Lake Trio, Mesprit, Uxie, Azelf under our belts. Next time, I might be doing the Grove Island mission. I might be doing something else. I'll keep you guys informed, of course, and you'll know when you see the thumbnail and you click on the video. But anyway, guys, thank you guys very much for joining me on this installment of our adventure. From me to you, have a very nice day, and I will see you guys next time.